Call the police. Call the police right now. Unless the police are in on it, which, you know, sometimes they are. Call the police. What is up, everybody? My name is Nick. If this is your first time here on my channel, how's it going? If this is not your first time here on my channel, welcome back. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is staying happy, healthy, and hydrated. I hope everybody is avoiding the global warming 95-degree weather heat that is outside. Today we are going to be watching a movie that I have heard only negative things about, which for most people, that would be a deterrent. For me, I'm interested. So for today's video, we are going to be watching 2024's The Strangers Chapter 1. So what do I know about this movie? This movie stars Madelaine Petsch of Riverdale fame. I did watch, I want to say it was the first 3 seasons of Riverdale before it went off the rails. When did I stop watching Riverdale? Oh, you know, I stopped right in around the point that they were trying to shoot Chad Michael Murray out of a rocket. What the Yeah, so from my understanding, this is sort of like a loose remake, reimagining type situation of the original film with Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman. The original Strangers is one of my favorite horror movies. I will never forget, I don't know what movie I had went to the theater to see, but when they played back in the day, the original trailer for the first Strangers, when that baghead guy walked into the frame, that lives rent-free in my head purely because of the audience reaction to the trailer. Like, people were shook. And I know that this movie is directed by Renny Harlin, and Renny Harlin directed one of my favorite movies and one of the scariest movies of all time, Deep Blue Sea. That movie, y'all, Deep Blue Sea, that was the first movie that truly was like, hi, Nick, you are absolutely terrified of the ocean. That scene where the shark throws the Skarsgård at the glass and then the glass... But yeah, like I mentioned, I've pretty much only heard negative things about this movie, which makes me kind of excited to watch it. I don't know, like, I like The Strangers. I'm curious to see what they're going to bring. I will admit that I was not necessarily a fan of the fact that they announced that Madelaine Petsch was going to be in all 3 films, purely because now we know that whenever she is in danger in the first movie, whenever she is in danger in the second movie, she's going to live because she's going to be in the third movie. Unless they, like, pull the rug out from under us and, like, she becomes one of the Strangers, or the third one is a prequel. I don't know. I just feel like they should have left that, you know. Now, before we watch The Strangers Chapter 1, if you would be so kind to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. This way you are notified for whenever I upload a new video. If you think I'm cool and you want to know what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can catch up with me on both Instagram and Twitter/X. And if you want to see more content from me, you can look down below in the description for a link to my Patreon, where you will find hundreds of reactions that are not on YouTube. Or if you don't want to go too far from home, you can hit the join button down below to become a channel member and watch more reactions, watch me watch Doctor Who, all that cool jazz. I don't want to wait. I'm excited. Without further ado, let's get into The Strangers Chapter 1. Okay, so we're starting off strong. Who is this man? What is that? What is that? Like a ditch? I feel like you could have jumped that. Oh, my back hurt just watching that. Oh no. Well, don't just stand there, fight back. Just accepted his fate, okay. According to the FBI, there are an estimated 1.4 million violent crimes in America each year. For Kristen McKay and James Hoyt. That's one committed 26.37 since you've been... 7 since you've been what? They didn't have to do all that. It was unnecessary. They didn't... Somewhere in Oregon. I've been to Oregon. Very beautiful. Very rainy though.
I'm gonna need to eat before then.
Make it so?
Well, where are you all gonna go? Outback? Go to Outback Steakhouse.
I'll bet the people who live here are really happy.
The people who live there are probably really dead.
Today is the 3rd day of our 3-day road trip across the country.
Or our 5-year anniversary.
Anniversary? I just picked you up in Chicago.
Best 16 hours of your life.
Can he pick me up in Chicago? Like, please? Just say it.
You want your inhaler?
Yeah, thanks, babe.
Inhaler. Is that actually going to come into play at some point in the film, or is this going to be like a Scream 5 Jenna Ortega situation where it means absolutely nothing?
Allie shows our funds came through.
What is Allie? I don't even know what that is, but I feel like that's some sort of like product placement thing.
Ah, civilization.
Venus.
Venus, Oregon.
I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. No, oh, sorry. Whenever I see like
Venus.
Carol's Diner. Oh, I love a diner. I love a diner. I love the aesthetic of a diner. I love it. I don't like it. A random, like, tiny, off-the-map style town with two Because you know what that happened last? House of Wax. Was that who I think it is?
Well, yes. Birthday extravaganza in Greece.
Why be in Greece when you can be in Venus?
They're probably gonna make it out of Greece alive.
Look, it's their anniversary.
Ours too.
Eden. Neil.
Oh, one of my favorite people in the world. Her name is Eden.
How long have you guys been married? We're not married. We've just been dating for 5 years.
I sense it. I sense the subtle annoyance in her voice.
What's going on?
Not her saying what's going on, as if somehow he was able to diagnose immediately what the problem was.
Car trouble?
Yeah.
It's my garage.
His garage? Y'all know that Rudy was the one who f***ed up the car in the first place, right? Like,
So we'd have to spend the night.
Is there anywhere to stay close by?
Well, my hotel's closed for repairs, but it's one of them internet houses.
He means an Airbnb.
no. This seems very obvious to me. I know that everybody always says, like, oh, if I was in the movie, like, I wouldn't be making the situation. Like, this just seems very, very obvious.
The mechanic watched us going into the diner, and then suddenly he's fixing our car that wasn't even broken.
Yep. Okay. Obviously, she's gonna be the final girl, but it seems like he's the one who has a little bit of intelligence in this moment.
Hi.
Are you a sinner? I will say that I'm excited to see what they do with the new location. Like, I know in the first movie, they technically had trees around the house, but they never went into the trees. They were either in the house, the yard, or the garage shed thing.
Thank you.
She's probably one of the strangers.
Bingo.
So there just so happened to be this giant Airbnb located in this town that they were able to secure immediately.
Hey, wanna have a little fun?
You know what that reminded me of.
Wanna have a little fun?
We'll be here all night, and this is a great number to reach me at.
Ooh, that's spooky. I mean, as long as they keep up, like, the cool forest imagery, like, we're good to go. We're good to go.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
The silence. No car horns, no 5 a.m. garbage truck. No crazy person yelling at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's because there's nothing within 5 miles of this place.
Honestly, ever since I left Chicago, I miss the sound of car horns and, people screaming outside and music. Well, maybe I don't. I don't know. I do.
I am so turned on right now.
Prove it.
Ooh. I mean, I'm not mad at her. I mean, he seems like he has a little bit of, like, an anger issue, but yeah, throw me around a little bit. Y'all are gonna have sex in the kitchen? Like, go to a bed. Or the couch, at least. It's too much. So, I know this happens in movies a lot, but, like, where did his erection go?
Is Tamara here?
I don't know that bitch, but if I ever see her, it's on site. I mean, did he even attempt to turn on the light?
We're out in the middle of nowhere.
See, it's weird though that when he opened the door and she was standing there, she was completely engulfed in darkness. But then the second that he walked out and was standing in the same position she was, there was not a lighting issue.
Do you remember that hike we went on up to the vista? And that gorgeous sunset?
Speaking of hike, why haven't you climbed him like a tree yet?
I thought you didn't want to get married.
Ryan, I said that like 5 years ago.
Y'all have been together for 5 years and never once, after the initial date, discussed marriage? That's crazy.
Do you?
That's a yes. You could just say yes. Like, that's fine.
Where's my stupid inhaler?
Ryan, I don't think I put it back in your bag. I think it's in the car.
Well, now you're gonna have to go to Amber's house to pick up your spare inhaler. What are you gonna do now?
Also,
What?
I'm hungry.
I'm on it.
So, in place of him going to get cigarettes like he did for her in the original, he's taking a motorcycle that is parked on this lot and he's going to get an inhaler and to get her something to eat. Okay.
Oh my god, you already looked into it, didn't you?
Debbie, I gotta go.
You have Wi-Fi. You have signal right now. She has signal on her phone. The second that she heard some shit outside, she should have sent multiple people her address. Is Ryan the type to f with you like this? Call the police. Call the police right now. Unless the police are in on it, which, you know, sometimes they are. Call the police.
Is Tamara here?
No.
What if, like, her name was Tamara? What if she was like, yeah, I'm Tamara? Like, Jesus Christ. He covered the peephole. I don't get it. I don't understand. The person came back, was clearly doing something on the outside of the house, covered the peephole.
Bitch, you better be joking.
This bitch didn't have the door locked? That doesn't make any sense to me. That does not make any sense to me.
Does that make sense to you? Did that entire scene make sense to you?
People in 2024 who do not have their doors locked 24/7. I'm still trying to get over the fact that she didn't have the door locked. You're in the middle of the woods in a strange town in a state that you don't live in, and somebody was already knocking on the door and you didn't have the door locked? So they already took your phone. You realize that this entire situation could have been resolved had you called the police immediately. Oh, they just moved it? Is it smashed? Where is that coming from? Have you considered grabbing a knife? Also, like, you just heard her outside. Why is she not calling the police? Now she's finally calling the police. Or at least someone, the boyfriend.
That girl came back and then she left again. It was really weird. Can you...
The back door was open too?
Bitch, are you for real?
Like, even if you were dumb enough to leave the front door unlocked, once you realized that it was unlocked, wouldn't your first instinct be to run around the rest of the house and ensure everything else was locked too? I mean, I get it. Although, not her going into an Airbnb and lighting up a joint. You know there's no smoking policies up in there.
I slept all day.
Joanna Newsom, sprouting the bean. Haha. That soundtrack from the original? Chef's kiss. Did you not remember the car keys? What? Why?
It's me, Ryan. This is my car. I just left something inside.
You should have called first.
I should have called you to ask for permission to go into my own fucking car. I don't think so. All right, come through, Moonlight Sonata. I know it's basic, but it's my favorite. You don't hear that? If you think that you're hearing sounds, why are you playing music? You should not be high right now, and you should not be playing music. You need all your senses alert. That's fucking creepy. That's fucking creepy. You don't sense that? I would have sensed that shit. The fact that this man is technically in the clear right now, he could just get on the highway and be gone. I mean, it doesn't work for Madeline Pesh, but yeah.
And then another cheeseburger, but no meat. My girlfriend's vegetarian.
Why is everybody in this town so fucking rude?
Oh, no thanks.
I don't want to go to your weird church meeting, weirdo. No, just give me my cheeseburger with no burger. Ugh. Not her continuing to toke up. Like, she is going to be blazed out of her mind having to fight for her life. Also, you continue to think that there's like people stalking you, and now you're gonna get in the shower. So now you're gonna be high and have your beaver out and have to fight for your life. Oh, I remember this from the trailer. He's like right there, I think. You still got soap in your hair. Rinse that out first, please, because that'll bother me the whole movie. Kind of like it's bothering me that she's facing the faucet. I am not one of those. I face away from the shower. I want that on my back. Wait, oh my God. I was just about going out. Call the police. Preferably one from like a neighboring county or something, because I shudder to think what the police in this town are like. Ugh. Why? What? What's that? Are they taking a shit? What is that sound? What are the random masks? Do the strangers live in this Airbnb? Is this their Airbnb? What are you gonna do if they're in there though? Oh, she's looking for the fuse box. Okay. Ran up the stairs?
And she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
You don't have Sidney Prescott energy. You can't. No. The fact that she's still holding the phone in her hand. Call the fucking police. What is wrong with her? Like, I know you're scared, but
What's not clicking?
Why? What are you doing here? Why are the lights off?
I just feel like it's okay. Obviously, like the redoing beats from the original film and stuff like that, but that wouldn't even have made sense for him to have checked for her in the upstairs closet. There was no reason for him to go into the closet. At least in the original film, it made sense because she was just in the bedroom.
There's someone standing right there.
Are you sure? It was dark.
Yes.
I can't even continue to ask her to call the police. Like, okay.
Is that what you saw?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, to be fair, I can see how the one would make that mistake.
Were you smoking?
Wait, I smoked a little bit earlier, but I don't think that has anything to do with it.
You smoked a little bit, bitch. You could have smoked Willie Nelson under the table. Don't play.
So sick of this shit.
The line delivery, sorry.
The girl.
What's she doing?
Playing soccer. Like, what do you think she's doing?
I asked you a question. Yeah! Fuck yeah, you better run. Next time I'm calling the police.
Next time. Next time. This bitch was in the house and you're threatening with a next time? They ain't afraid of your asses. You are the literal definition of cannon fodder.
I scared her off. She's not gonna come back.
What if she does?
She's just some weird teenage girl, okay?
You're right. You're right. I have ridden the subway at 2 a.m. alone with horse. So.
You've lived to tell about it, right?
Yeah.
Bitch, honestly, that's dumb too.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
Nights in white satin.
This is my second favorite song of all time. Oh my God. This was the very first record that I ever bought. Okay, the movie gets points just for the song alone.
If we get the car back by morning, then maybe we can be at Baker City by night.
Maybe we should factor in a little bit of time to clean that food off of your face.
You got a problem with all this?
Ew.
Oh my God, yeah.
So do I. So do I. That's ugh.
You are the messiest eater on the planet.
Yeah, why does he eat like he's like 7 years old? What the f is that? That's blood. That's blood. Where is that coming from? It's a bird or a duck or something.
Lock the front door.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He just said lock the front door. The fact that it still wasn't fucking locked. You didn't have to turn that off because honestly, that's really one of the shining moments of this film. Why, like, the window is right behind you. Wouldn't your instinct be to, like, flee? Yo, what is this door made of? Balsa wood?
Did they leave?
No, bitch. They're going around to the window behind you. You know, the big thing made of glass that both of you have your backs facing?
They're gone.
They're gone, he says. Like, he has no way of knowing this.
We have to get out of here.
Duh.
The motorcycle.
Chances are they've probably already destroyed the motorcycle. What the f? How did they do that? Did they like stick a firecracker inside the tailpipe or something?
We need a weapon.
Right, it's crazy to me that they have not grabbed a weapon prior to this. I mean, granted, the decisions that they have been making since an opening scene, like, horrible. Yet, honestly, I mean, some people just aren't fit to make it. You hate to see it, but it's.
This house has a raised foundation.
What?
Crawl space.
Okay, well, that's like one decision or like logic piece that she's displayed. I'll give her that. Now they gotta crawl around underneath the house with all these bugs? Ugh, just kill me. I'd rather take the axe than be covered in spiders and roaches. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I mean, props to her for only having a little bit of a squeak come out, because whoo, I would have been screaming. God, she's still got it in her hand. Hopefully before part 2, she gets a tetanus shot. You need to wrap your hand now because you are going to be dripping blood everywhere, like a trail of breadcrumbs. Okay, all right. Thank God. At least we got that taken care of. I mean, I feel like them playing the piano immediately afterwards above them was an indicator that they're aware that they're underneath the house. So this is quite clearly a trap. I don't understand. Like, how have you survived this long in life in general? Just being so dumb.
I don't get it.
Now he's limping because he tripped over a rock. Just take them now.
Yes, not that weed.
Y'all are not long for this world. Okay. Now you have a weapon, so that means don't walk 3 feet and then suddenly trip over an imaginary rock and lose the weapon somehow. Also, what the hell is that thing? Is that an axe? What is that? I don't know, some sort of gardening tool, I think.
Anything?
No luck yet, just a bunch of shit.
Why would you leave her down there, though? What was the strategy in that? Shit, weapon! Use the fucking weapon that's in your hand. Where did oh. Well, they skedaddled real quick. But also, you need to take that pickaxe thing away from her, because if she ain't gonna use it, then she doesn't need to be holding it. I feel like they should have let the chickens out of the chicken coop, because then if the chicken's scattered, then it's gonna confuse the strangers. They're gonna hear sounds and they're not gonna know if it's a human, if it's a chicken, where it's coming from.
Stay here, okay? I got this.
Why? Why? No, you just shot the fucking owner of the Airbnb. I completely forgot about that in the original, that he shoots his friend.
Hey, where's his mask?
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
There's no fucking mask.
And now there's not a face.
I think that's the owner, Joe.
It is the owner, Joe, but you need to put that aside and you need to get to the fucking vehicle that has presented itself to you. Like, y'all got a shotgun and she's got the axe.
Wait a minute.
Oh no, I take that back. Apparently, because he found a shotgun, she decided that they didn't need a second weapon. Yes, dumb. Grab the fucking keys.
Wait.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Like they almost left the fucking gun. Oh my god! Sorry about my voice. This is a lot.
Get in the car.
They're probably in the back seat or something. It would have moved had you like hit the accelerator instead of staring at the incoming car.
My leg is stuck.
If your leg is stuck, this is what the little Mormon boys, this is what God wanted for you, okay? I don't understand. He said his leg was stuck. Like, stuck on what? He's ramming you from the side. Wait a minute. He just told her to run away and didn't give her the gun? Like, he cocked the gun and waited until he started to run away to attempt to shoot. Is he gonna get in the car? Why would you not get in the running vehicle? Get in their car!
Your logic does not resemble our Earth logic.
Yeah, what is happening? What is that? Okay, so quite clearly this is like the thing that the guy was running in the beginning and stopped so he didn't fall. But there appeared to be like a rebar or some, I don't know, a stick or something sticking out of the ground. So I'm assuming at some point within the remaining minutes of the movie, somebody is going to fall and get impaled on that. Well, she's hiding? She's trying to bury herself? I mean, honestly, she needs to stop fucking moving, but it's not a bad plan. Although I feel like I would have ran farther away before attempting to do that, because quite clearly they heard you. But it's not a bad plan. Stop moving! Stop! And never mind, I take it back.
Killer, why do I care?
Right, like she's looking right at your fucking face. Also, it's interesting that they seem to be focusing the most on this one. I mean, like the bag face guy has obviously gotten a fair amount of screen time, but they've barely showed the third one, which is kind of interesting because in The Strangers Pray at Night, not the blonde one, the other one, like she barely was in it up until she got killed in the pool area. All the time. They do that shit all the time in movies where they're trying to be really, really quiet and then the killer proceeds to walk away and they go, ah! Like, I'm sorry, what is that you just pulled out? Oh, the phone that you're now calling the police?
Ma'am, I'm
having trouble hearing you. Speak up.
We've been attacked. The Airbnb in Venus. Please send help.
Where are you located? Do you have an address?
They're located in Venus.
Aphrodite, lady, seashell bikini.
Just continue rolling around in the dry leaves. You'll be fine, I'm sure.
Ma'am.
Who is that? Who the f is that?
The Christmas house.
Try to stay calm. We're pinpointing your location and we're going.
I would continue trying to call the police. I would just keep calling over and over and over and sending like a ping to the tower so they can try to triangulate your location. Yes, continue running, please. But I don't understand why you're stopping. Oh, yeah, no, bitch, you saw her. You saw her. Are they gonna be behind the tree? Something's gonna come flying out, I'm sure of it. Ugh, how did they manage to like sneak up on her? Okay, she's like 5'1". Is she on PCP? How the f is she dragging her through the woods with one arm? Now this is a cool shot. I will give that. This is a cool shot. Where is the third one? Why do they only keep showing the two strangers?
Fuck.
He only has 3 shells left. Didn't he explicitly say to her that he had a lot of ammo? He's only fired off, what, 3 shots? You're gonna drink the water? What? What's that for? What is he doing here? Aside from making a ton of noise. I had never heard of that before. I'd be curious to know the science behind that.
I got you. Move forward.
Pull the trigger! What the f are you doing? She's literally laughing at you. She's laughing at you. You've already killed somebody, and that was an accident. This one is the actual villain. Kill her. No, she's gonna stab you. She's gonna stab you. And honestly, she should. She should. It's time for you to go.
You're gonna turn around. Slowly.
For what?
Give me the gun. I will shoot her. I will shoot her.
Shut the f up! Shut the f up!
I mean, she's basically performing fellatio on the end of the shotgun, and you're yelling at her as if she gives a shit. No. I would have been like that kid from Vine.
I won't hesitate, bitch.
That would have been me. Good.
God.
How did they manage to capture you guys? You had such brilliant strategies.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not your fault. None of this is your fault.
Well, a little bit. Both of y'all are responsible for your own demises to some extent at this point.
Marry me. Will you marry me?
Oh my god, I want to throw up. Oh. Well, bye. Wait a minute, so you're trying to tell me that they were sitting there having that entire conversation for like a solid 3.5 minutes and all 3 of these bitches were standing in front of them and they didn't realize that? The director said, "Spit out the blood pack in your mouth, please."
Why are you doing this to us? Because you're here.
I don't like the fact that they changed that line either. How is she gonna get out of this? Where was this fight? Right, this is the most fight you've had the whole movie. Well, what is he doing to her? What is this? So like that's what they do? They chase him around a bunch, tie them up, stab them once, and then knock over the chair. And y'all ain't even moving with haste, which leads me to believe that the police are in on it. Okay, so we made it to the hospital. Stay strong, we love you. Why does she have a light on? Some sort of light.
Hey, Queen.
Okay. Okay. Y'all, okay, I am going to echo something that one Alonda Parker mentions all the time in her videos that I strongly agree with. When it comes to films, I understand that there is a lot of work that goes into making a movie. It is not just a matter of the script or the direction or the actors. You know, you have crew members, hair and makeup, you have a lot of working parts that go into making a movie. That being said, this movie was bad. Normally, I like bad movies. This was not the kind of bad movie I liked. I mean, to be fair, there wasn't like a point while watching the movie that I was like, oh my God, like how much time is left? Let me turn this shit off. Mostly because I was so perplexed at how stupid it was that I couldn't stop watching it. I will say first and foremost, it almost feels like the script was written by AI. The dialogue that the characters had was just so odd. Like, people don't really talk to each other like that. I mean, maybe up until they turned on the fog machine towards the end of the movie in the woods, the movie was almost completely devoid of any sort of atmosphere whatsoever. And I know, because I did watch some of Riverdale, Madeline Pesh, like, she's a talented actress. This was not working in her favor. The weird, rude townsfolk didn't make any sense. The pacing was all over the place. There was like points in which the stranger's ability to move from point A to point B and not make any sound and just randomly appear and stuff like that, it was almost like supernatural. Even in the first two films, you still felt like you were watching human beings in a mask. While I understand that they wanted to recreate some of the beats from the original film before they went off and did their own thing in part 2 and part 3, I don't really personally feel like the original film was made that long ago that they seem to think that it's no longer part of like the cultural zeitgeist. Like, people are still very much so well aware of the first film. It's still considered a heavy hitter within the horror genre. People love the second film. I mean, maybe not when it first came out, but yeah, I don't know. Now that I've watched it, I don't understand exactly what the creative purpose behind trying to recreate the original film if you're not going to do anything that really warrants us retreading the same steps. You had the portion under the house, and that's basically it, other than them running through the woods. And even while I was watching the sequence of them running through the woods, it was just a lot of like, okay, let's jump to this character and then position the camera from below their crotch and then just watch them go like this a lot and look around and look around. And despite the fact that every single time the camera is on these characters running through the woods, that we can quite clearly hear them stomping on leaves and stuff, it's never going to affect them from getting snuck up on somehow. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna watch part 2 and part 3 because I want to see A, how progressively worse it gets, but B, I will say I am at least interested to see what they're going to do that's new. I don't know. Which is fucking crazy because I love Deep Blue Sea. And I mean, maybe not as much as I love the other ones, but like, I love Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which Rennie Harlan also directed. Like, maybe he was tired. All right, you guys, let me know what you thought about what is sure to be the frontrunner for Best Picture at the Oscars, The Strangers Chapter 1, down in the comments. And I will see you for part 2.